gonna be presenting about S4HANA. So the power of S4HANA. What is S4HANA? S4HANA is a software. So it's a cloud-based software that helps businesses manage their finances, their operation, like day-to-day operation and customer relations. There are different types of SAP S4HANA projects. There's an implementation project, support project, rollout project, upgrade project, and the testing project. We're going to start with the SAP implementation project. The SAP implementation project, we have like different types of SAP implementation project, but the most important two of SAP implementation project is the Greenfield implementation project and the Brownfield implementation project. The Greenfield implementation project is it's been when a customer implements SAP for the first time. So they've never had SAP before and they want to implement it to their company for the first time. So if, for example, they had Oracle as a system or QuickBooks or ECC as a system and they're trying to get to SAP system, so the process of implementing S4HANA into their company is called Greenfield implementation. The second implement, implementation is Brownfield implementation. Here, a customer is just enhancing the functionality from, let's say, for example, ECC to SAP S4HANA. For example, they already had SAP S4HANA being implemented, but now like to they're trying to enhance it as far as like trying to um so they already had SAP implemented, so they're trying to like increase, like move from one system to the other, or move from one I won't say version, but like trying to enhance it, like to increase the configurations. And for brownfield implementation is less costly and less time consuming. Why? Greenfield implementation is takes more time to do because it's an entire implementation we're gonna do, and also it's also gonna be more costly because we're doing it from scratch. In SAP implementation stage, so the SAP implementation system project has different stages. It has the discover stage, it has the prepare phase, it has the explore phase, it has the realize phase, it has the deploy phase, and it has the run phase. The discovery phase is when the customer is trying to see if they're trying to decide if they are gonna get SAP being implemented to their system, and they're trying to see the disadvantages of them implementing S4 HANA. The prepare stage, the prepare stage is the preparation. The prepare stage is the preparation stage where they come together, like companies will come together, the customer will come together with us, the consultants, and see if they'll come together as the kickstart meeting to see, and their teams, they'll get into teams of, let's say, FICO team members and different team members with each company, and decide exactly um decide exactly what, prepare a presentation and see what needs to be done as far as like the project. The explore phase is basically the explore phase is basically where the project is being um the explore phase is when the project is being so the explore phase 2 can also be called in SAP methodology in SAP methodology, but we're gonna be using more the active methodology. Sorry. So the explore phase is also like the business blueprint, and in this business blueprints, we the company, the consultant, and the consultant is going to come up with a business blueprint with the customer and tell them exactly what they want to have in their what they want to have. So the blueprint is basically what they want to be in their what they want their business to look like when it comes to SAP 4 HANA. And the realization phase. So in the business blueprints, there are different processes, but we are not going to go into details in that, as far as the key DD and stuff. But uh, the realization phase is when we do like configuration, when they start working on the project and doing different configuration. The deploy phase is when it's like the final stage of the project, when they completed the project. And the run phase now is when they go live, when they come together and go live. The next SAP project is the SAP support project. The support project is also called as a maintenance project. So customer needs consultants in running their day-to-day. So after implementation, SAP implementation in with the customer, sometimes they might meet an SAP consultant, maybe with the same SAP consultant that implemented the project, or maybe with a different consultant. So they might need them to maintain their day-to-day business operation. So they might need them. This support project is mostly for maintenance and to run their day-to-day operations smoothly while using SAP. So the customers require support for their daily issues as ticketing and changing requests. So under the SAP support project, we have the different types of SAP support project, which are the change requests, the incidents, the service requests, and other big problematic issues as well. The change request is when you create new forms of payment. So can be used. The change request is when, let's say, the customer is trying to create like new forms of payment, new general ledgers, things like that. And as far as like the incidents is like minor issues. So they use like ticketing tools like the root cause analysis, the turnaround time, and the service legal team to those are the tools used for minor errors, in the incident support project. The incident support project is usually, it doesn't really like take time pretty much, because it's just for minor issues that don't really need a lot of changing. It doesn't need major changing. And also we have the service requests, and problematic issues sometimes might be bigger issues that need more time to be need more time to be handled, like maybe 34 hours or more time. So sometimes we need other people to come step in, like maybe like companies like SAP to step up and help us figure out those types of problems. And also, depending on the severity of the project, sometimes um it's been categorized sometimes into priorities. So like the priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, priority 4. Priority 1 can take, so the priority 1, priority 3, priority 4. Priority 4 can be something to take like 1 hour to do. So we're going to start with projects that needs the most attention, as far as like, let's say in the next, as far as a project that can take like 1 hour that is needed to be resolved immediately. So we're going to start with the most priority to the least priority. And in the changing request project, as we said, the changing request process is also part of the process when you do so it's part of the process for SAP support project. I'm sorry, let me say that back. The changing request is also a type of SAP support project. So the process of the changing request, you have to understand the requirement. You need to understand the requirement why you have to do the changing request, and you also have to understand the configuration document and to get an approval, and then also testing, and then deployment like the final project. Another type of SAP, another type of SAP project is the rollout project. This project is a type of SAP project that's been um, this is a project that is already implemented and needs to be extended to another location, another region, or another country. So it consists of an implementation system that is already been made, and now maybe based of like different other configuration that needed to be done. Let's say a company is trying to get another company, let's say uh, like Apple Studio and Apple Inc. So a company already has Apple Inc. and they're trying to get Apple Studio, but with the same process, the same configuration process as Apple Inc. So they're going to create a company code, but connected to the other and connected to the other configuration process that has already been made. And the different the rollout project process requires us to like gather information, so which country we are doing the company code for, the reference company code that we are going to use. So if we are using Apple, for example, as Apple Inc. as a reference to the new company code we're trying to create. And then in this process too, we're going to need a key data structure. A key data structure, we're going to need a key data, we're going to need a key data structure for to help us do the configuration. And then the configuration tool is another process. And we also going to need the configuration rationale document, and then the testing and the testing case as well. And then data migration tool, as far as like creating a bulk level of data, for example, master data um and profit master data. Sorry, where was I? And now another SAP project is the upgrade project. In this project, a customer is just moving from an older version of SAP to a higher version of SAP. So, for example, if an organization wants to upgrade, let's say SAP 4 HANA from version 1610 to version 2020, or from version 2020 to 2024. And in this project, you have um, you have a system landscape. This system landscape has a development system, the quality system, and the production system. And some of the steps to go through the upgrade project, as far as developing from older version to higher version, you need an SAP note. No, one of the steps, you need to analyze or implement an SAP node. So I believe from the base system to the sandbox system, and analyzing or implementing SAP node, you have to also prepare a test case. You have to prepare a test case, and then you also have to test the sandbox system. And then minimum configuration. So minimum configuration, because it's not necessary that you have to configure it. You only configure it when when you have to implement an SAP node. But if you are not implementing an SAP node, then you don't need no configuration. But if you have to implement an SAP node, you have to double check and see, like the implemented, you have to double check and see if it's an implemented uh, an SAP node that needs to be implemented, and then you have to do some configuration. But if it does not need to be implemented, then you will not need to do a configuration. And then the sandbox system. So when you analyze from the developing system and you realize that, for example, the sandbox system is the tool. So once you do all your from developing system to quality system to production system, and then it goes to the sandbox system. The sandbox system is what determines. So when you're done with the upgrade version from SAP S4HANA version 1610 to version 2022, you have to know when it goes to version 2022, for example, it's going to go to the sandbox system. And so is going to, the sandbox system is going to be tested. So from development system is going to be tested. If it's working fine, you're going to move now to quality system. And from quality system, it's going to be tested again. And if it's clear to go, you're going to move now to production system. And then from production system, um, you go live with the testing. But then you have to check after production system. You're going to check again, or the customer is going to check again to see if it's been if there's no bugs if there's no bugs. And if there's no bugs now, that's when the project is being finalized. But then if it's like I think it's 900 and 990, then it's clear to go. But if it's 900 and so if it is less than 990, and then you have to go back and figure out the issue. The last project is the testing project. The testing project is just a specialized software that test that specialized software testing used to ensure like accuracy, dependency, and safety of SAP software system. So this type of system are development system and quality system. The only job for an SAP consultant is in the testing project is just testing. So all you do here is testing. And some of these tools you can use for testings are the Cure Test, the HP Cure C, and the ALM. And there are different types of testing: regression testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing, performance testing. But that's for a few, because I think there are a lot more of testing. And in regression testing, it is done to ensure that the new changes that has been implemented in SAP does not affect the existing code, or the existing code, or the existing work that has been done on SAP, or the development that has been done. The integrated testing, it involves like multiple components of SAP system to ensure work correctly when integrated. The user acceptance test is used to ensure that the end users are able to perform their assigned jobs correctly. And the performance testing is just testing the SAP application to ensure that the performance of the end users, the SAP works well with overload or workload. And that's the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Samira, thank you so much. Such a lovely presentation. It was really very in detail. Thank you so much. It was really, really nice. I know that it's just, I think we finished 2, 3 days class and I asked you to present and you have covered a lot of things. Really, really thank you so
Yeah.
much. Samira, it's
Thank
really, really
you.
nice.
Thank
It's really
you.
nice. So
Thank
I
you.
Very
need
nice,
same
Samir.
kind of dedication. Correct, na Jitish? He covered a lot of things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Hari, yes, yes, very
Mm.
like he has covered all the topics, whatever you have done.
Yes, and very
Thank
nicely she
you.
covered.
Thank you.
I need same kind of dedication, Samira, throughout the course, okay?
Okay. Yes, Harry. Yes,
Because
sir.
because I know when you prepared the PPT, you might have spent lot of time. You might have spent at least 3, 4 hours, and that is
Yes.
where you learn. When you
Yeah,
take something very seriously, that is where you learn the thing. Correct?
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
To give the presentation, you might have organized your thought. You might have thought how to give presentation, how to make it better, right? Correct, na,
Yes.
Samira?
Yes, Harry.
So that is where we learn lot of things. And that is where when you give presentation to the client,
Mm-hmm.
it is art how to give presentation to the client. Okay,
Okay.
our flow should not stop in front of the client when giving the presentation, and that comes with the practice. And this is the platform, this is the platform where we give the presentation, we attend the mock interview, and we can learn and we can improve ourselves. So thank you
Okay.
so much again. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm planning to in every 15 days one presentation everyone has to give, so that is how
Okay.
class will move forward. Okay,
Okay, Harry.
so in 15 days, one mock interviews and one day, one presentation is mandatory for everyone.
Okay, Harry.
Okay. Please,
Okay.
please take it seriously. Please
Yes,
work
Harry.
hard.
The
Yes, share the
the good
PPT to me
safe.
tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll again explain to the same PPT. Okay, so we'll
Okay.
become more clear then. Okay,
Okay. Yes, Harry.
I'll re-explain same topic tomorrow. Fine.
Okay. Yes, Harry.
Yeah,
Thank
please send the PPT. Thank you so much. Huh? See you
you.
tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Bye.